16 types of insects have been approved for all of us in Singapore to eat, but that's only if you want to. We asked you for your questions and we're getting the answers from Dr. Kalpana Bhaskaran. What's the need for this? Are we running out of food?
Not exactly. We are looking at alternative sources of protein. This is also to ensure there is food security in the long run, and these alternative forms of protein are also sustainable in a way.
Significant health benefits. So, doctor, aside from being a good source of protein, what are the other nutritional benefits of insects?
Okay, so maybe let's start with the macronutrients. When you look at protein, it's got a very good source of protein. Why we qualify it as a good source of protein is it has all the essential amino acids. So, with high biological value, which is compared to meat protein. And then when you look at carbohydrates, it also has a lot of dietary fiber. And the third is the lipids or fats. It also has good source of monounsaturated fatty acids, polyunsaturated fatty acids, and some insects also have saturated fatty acids. So then going on to micronutrients, very good source of zinc as well as vitamin B12. The insects also have other functional properties. For example, the chitin in insects, once you consume it, this acts as a source of prebiotic, and then this helps to multiply your gut microbiome. So, you also get a good bacteria in your gut.
Doctor, insects are so small. Does that mean we have to eat a lot more of them compared to the same amount of meat?
Not necessarily that you need to eat more. When I'm consuming 100 grams of meat, chicken or fish, it may contain around 20 to 30 grams of protein. But at the same time, when I'm consuming 100 grams of insects, it contains around 30 or 40 to 60 grams. You can see it is almost double. So that tells us like how much should we eat.
Does it taste disgusting? I think that's a very fair question, and we've had a lot of questions about this. I've tried some before. We have crickets and we have some silkworms in the office, and I think crickets taste a bit grassy and silkworms are quite crunchy because they're all roasted. And I think we have some as well. Okay, there you go. All right, so shall we try the cricket?
Yep.
Okay. So this is a field cricket, which is a bit larger than the house cricket. And it's just crunchy, a bit earthy.
Yep.
Tastes like nuts.
And also a bit nutty.
It's quite nutty.
And to me, this is actually unflavored. It's not flavored, but still tastes good.
Yeah, it's a pleasant taste. It's not offensive at all.
Yeah.
This is the other cricket, which is a house cricket, much smaller.
I think like this even better.
This one has a tom yum flavor, actually. That's why you like it.
And it's a little bit salty, whereas here it was very plain.
Yeah. And this is a silkworm.
So I have tasted silkworm before. Compared to crickets, actually, silkworm has got a stronger taste, but this is flavored.
It's flavored.
Yeah.
Also tom yum, but it tastes a bit more mushroomy to me as well.
There is a umami taste in the case of silkworm, which we don't find in crickets.
So generally, do all insects taste quite similar?
No, it depends, because each one has a peculiar taste. But for some, let's say, when you talk about crickets and mealworm, crickets are stronger in tasting compared to mealworm, and slightly milder, nutty taste. But when you look at silkworm, to me, it tastes even more stronger than the other two.
What's your favorite insect to eat? Doctor, have you tried any others besides those crickets and silkworms?
Actually, I've tried a lot. In fact, I've tried even cockroaches when I went to Cambodia. It was like kind of grilled and they put into skewers. It's quite big and they gave us.
Cockroach satay.
And also it was not very strong tasting, but how do I say, it is like earthy, that earthy taste, and it's got a musty smell. I don't know how to describe that particular taste for cockroach. In fact, for me, if I have to rethink, it was quite a number of years back, at least 4 or 5 years back, and it was just plain roasted with a little bit of salt.
Doctor, some insects come whole, like we just had, or some come powdered. What do you recommend?
Okay, depends, if you are daring, you can eat the whole thing, right, after it's spiced up. Or what you can do is you can also dry it, oven dry it, roast it, or even stir fry it, and you can just blend it into your powder. It can be added to anything.
And Are they safe to consume raw? Are insects safe to consume raw?
Insects are not safe to be consumed raw. The reason is they also carry germs or microorganisms which lead to food poisoning. So it's always best to consume in a cooked manner and properly cooked manner, like how we eat eggs and other meat and poultry products.
Does cooking the insects on high heat affect their nutritional value in any way?
So definitely there will be slight change to the nutritional value. Maybe some of the heat labile or heat unstable vitamin B might be, the content might decrease, but nothing will happen to the protein. So the protein quality still remains, and the fat and everything should be okay. All your carbs, dietary fiber, there is no change to it.
Is it halal? So doctor, if consumers are not sure, should they just opt for the halal certified products?
So as per MUIS Fatwa Committee, the protein from insects is halal, but still consumers should be looking for halal certified products, because during the manufacturing process, we are not sure whether it's manufactured in a halal certified facility.
Could we possibly develop allergies from eating bugs, and are doctors prepared for bug allergies?
Some people could develop allergies because of consuming insects. This is similar to crustacean allergy, and some of the symptoms will be hives as well as difficulty in breathing, and they have to seek medical attention immediately.
How do we know if insects carry any harmful pathogens that are not killed by cooking? So whatever insect is allowed for us to eat in Singapore, I assume they would have gone through very strict guidelines and processing. So should we assume they're safe to eat?
Yeah, definitely, because when it's allowed in the market to be consumed, first thing is it should be pesticide free, because insects typically when they feed on agricultural products, there might also be cross contamination, there may be pesticides. So that is typically tested for that, and also free of heavy metals and other toxins. And even by nature, insects also might have certain toxic elements that is completely removed before it comes to market. So there should be no concerns about the safety of consuming insects which are certified and allowed to be consumed in Singapore.
Is it okay to catch any of the 16 species outdoors, and are they safe to eat? Can I go out into the garden and find a cricket and eat it?
No, definitely you should not try to experiment such things, because I don't think we'll be able to identify the right type of insects which is approved in the wild. So it's always best to go on to the sources which are out there in the market, which is already approved by SFA.
Will it be produced locally? Do you think there is any potential for this to really take off in Singapore?
Definitely there is, because since SFA has approved, I think there are a lot of small medium enterprises. They are trying to set up their own insect farms, and as you all know, just like vertical farming for vegetables, insect farm can also be grown in a vertical way, and I hope in the coming years we will be able to get our own local produce.
That's all we have for today. We hope we've answered some of your questions. If you liked it, leave us a comment and subscribe for more episodes. And also follow us on Instagram to submit your questions for future episodes.